All right, we're live. The first thing everybody hears is Pim's background noise. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Good start. Good start. All right. Welcome to our new campaign. It's the Helios campaign. This is a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign set in space.
Fish.
Yeah. So, I'm the DM this time around. You may remember me from my horrendously failed campaign on my channel and several badly played characters on this channel. And I have 3 players here. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Infinite. I am playing the fighter Kia, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
I am Creamly, otherwise known as Pastel, once known as Cake. Emil the Cake Warlock, and I will be playing as Player 1, the Artificer.
I am Deader. I will be playing as I have no idea. That's not a quip, that is actually my character's name. I am playing a Warforged.
So, the setting of this campaign is quasi-utopic. Utopic. Very much like the original Star Trek before it got well, actually, pretty much like Star Trek until I would say Star Trek Online launched, or like the second iteration or second or third iteration, slightly before the J.J. Abrams film movies, but after Enterprise, I think. But yeah, basically, unlike most science fiction, everything's pretty much alright with the world. Most of the known space around here in this area where the players are acting is either settled by a species known as the Assyrians, which are rather dominating, to be entirely honest. They are very good at very much everything. Partly thanks to their psychic link with each other, which gives them a sort of hive mind, but in a sense that they still have individuality, personalities that are linked. Very much like the green ending from Mass Effect, just to open that wound. However, due to their linked nature, they don't really share their planets with other creatures or like other species. Those are more like tourists or pets. No king shaming here. On those planets, so they kind of can come across as somewhat xenophobic to a point, but they do openly interact with other species, and a lot of worlds have allied with them in order to gain advantage from their vast resources and organizational talents. And these worlds are known as the Outer Collective. And they are basically kind of like if the Federation from Star Trek was more single species centric than it ended up being. Kind of more like the Klingon Empire, other than it's not conquest in the traditional sense. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain, but I hope it's gonna make sense. Is relatively quickly. Um, but there are other civilizations outside the Outer Collective that might come into play. People might interact with, and there are also, of course, factions that may not necessarily like the Assyrians. They are controversial for a few reasons, but if I front load everything about them, I'm sure nobody's gonna watch the campaign. Because I will just be rambling on. In any case, we find ourselves I'm not trying to move the map, I'm trying to move the player icon. There. We are finding ourselves on Karthos. Everybody should be able to see the planet.
Yep.
It's a beautiful Earth-like planet with loads of greenery, loads of water, and generally not much going on. And our main characters are in the city of Verdre, also known as the Green City, as most of the on land transportation is underground or in the air, thus leaving sprawling fields to walk on, and almost every building in the city is shrouded in shrubbery. Like, if you have ever seen like a concept of a green city, this is basically it.
Ooh. Yeah.
Our three main characters have come here via hoppers, which are small personal transport ships, in order to meet with their handler, Roger. For they want to become Starlancers, a type of person that travels the stars and takes odd jobs here and there, highly skilled and often uniquely allowed to wear and use weaponry in a way that most citizens are not. Right now, the three main characters are walking down the street towards the local foods. Simple free food distribution center common on worlds within the Outer Collective, and headed by Assyrians, of course.
Because why not?
Because they are, really good at organization. If you can basically send messages to every person ever, you're pretty good at organization. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Species-wide telepathy has its advantages. Speaking of telepathy, all of the players also have a infolink. This is an implant, or in case of our little Warforged friend here, an integrated part that allows them to directly tap into the infinite, the quantum infinite to be specific. And it also basically gives everybody the keen mind feed and limited telepathy. Assuming you have, each other's IDs. Which basically they are like sci-fi phones.
Brain phones.
Basically. to have fun with them. So, first off, have fun walking down that street.
So, Kia, I'm assuming that we haven't all met up yet, and we're just heading to location. Kia is like, while from waist upwards seems human, they do have an equine lower body, so they are a centaur. So yeah, they seem to be wearing like old-fashioned, like like classical medieval armor and like adorned with weapons, which is a bit strange for most people. So and they're heading towards this what was it called again?
Oh, foods. It's
Yeah,
literally just referred to as foods by people because it's short, it's easy, and it's to the point.
okay, yeah. He's just heading towards the foods.
Towards foods.
What about anyone else?
Hmm. Hmm. Bad time to be shy. I am player one is gonna be probably heading on to foods in a cab or something. Probably a space cab. Too busy with um thoughts of breaking new world records. Maybe even intergalactic records.
You really want to get that high score on asteroids.
Hey, it's a job and a lifestyle. Get with the program.
Speedrunning is these days. Um, I'd probably be there, or walking on my way nearby.
Alright. As you walk down the streets, all of you get a message on your info link from Rocher. He's telling you that he has arrived at Foods and is ordering food. What does everybody want?
What time of the day is it?
It's early morning.
I want 2 breakfast burritos and a chocolate macchiato.
Could you please not go that close to the mic? It gets really loud on this side.
Okay, player one probably up the volume of his mental communicator and says, "I want 2 breakfast burritos and a pumpkin spice latte."
You get back a text message. Text would have been enough, but alright. Ordered.
Hey, I don't need to do that. I have text to speech. Why? Because I have Bappy.
Well, you have more than text to speech. But it's built
Yeah.
in. Like you can send text, well, thoughts as text, thoughts as sound, and entire pictures, like including video recordings from your
Yeah.
memory and stuff. So
I just mentally, telepathically the communicator message. I want my order of 2 burritos and a pumpkin spice latte.
it's fine. Like he's just saying that to like tease you a little because it's usually impolite to answer in a different format than you were asked. Um, in this case, if only because having it as a list, like written, is easier to order. Because if all of you answer with like voice messages at the same time, he's not gonna understand the thing.
More information on player one. Yes, that is his name. What, is it a real name or is it a code name? The answer is yes. He is he looks more human or very human-like, except for the fact that if you would look at the tops of his head, he has Eastern dragon horns in the color of I believe he is a sapphire. Yes, he is sapphire of sapphire jewels. Um, I don't know I don't know my name. I think you're next.
It's just I don't know. I have no idea. It is basically just your typical robot AI. There's not really particularly any special about them. They're older generation technology compared to everything around them. And they're mostly just they were built as a fighter pilot that once that um got taken away from them, they by the new generation, they kind of just tried to find their new place in life.
Yeah, so you will probably be still equipped with um like a system that will basically digest organic matter for energy, very much like a normal person would. But you could also go weird and just drink fuel if you want.
Don't tempt me with something funny.
So what do you want to order?
Um, yeah, fuel sounds entertaining.
All right, gasoline, helium, lithium, coal, or what it does taste it take you fancy right now.
Um, lithium.
All right, infinite turn.
So Kia would like respond with, "I would like a leg of a hare, please. Well, um, yeah, well cooked."
All of you get an okay noted and ordered, and you keep proceeding on your way, as suddenly on all of your info links pops up a, an odd message Louis added to your IDs. As if most of you would know, adding somebody's idea usually requires confirmation. And none of you know who Louis is.
I believe this is just part of the contract, right?
So are any of you trying to delete it? Or check it out or anything?
Of course, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'm also gonna check it out.
Alright. You have a
Kia
contact in your ID list, Louis.
Kia is assuming that this is the person that they're currently talking to, so won't think much of it.
Oh no, you know that you were talking to Roger, your handler.
Oh, oh yes. Yeah. In which case, yeah, he would be somewhat confused and would
This
he'd
isn't their handler.
he'd ask the others like through the link. Did any of you get the contact of this Louis?
Isn't he like part of the deal? Is he not the handler? Is he not with the handler? But yeah, already doing it now.
As you're talking, you get a text message from Louis. Say hi to Gold Roger for me. Winky face.
Gold Roger. I reply message. New phone. Who dis? Question mark? Question mark? Confused face.
You try to reply to Louis. Chimney?
Mm-hmm.
You get a service message. This ID is invalid.
Oh my.
That's unusual.
Anyone try anything else?
Is there a way to track where an ID was?
Well, you can try to track the person, yes.
Okay. Or is that something I would have to like actively leave where I am to like would I have to go hunt them down physically, or is it just like
No, it's like an online tool you can put the ID in.
okay. Yeah. I would like to do that.
You put the ID in, it shows up in deep space. Like there's literally nothing there.
Yeah. Kia is just going to shrug this off and just head up to meet with a handler.
Alright. As you move on, you eventually come to foods. An Asturian cyanide. And yes, I know it's. I made the race originally in German, where it doesn't mean the same thing, but I felt it was funny that it does mean this thing in English, so I kept it. But yeah, they are actually called cyanides. As a small Asturian, about 1 meter in size, with a cyan-colored phone for skin, it's leading you to a table where your food is already waiting for you. As is a man with a very long hair and beard and several, how would I put this, adornments? But they don't look particularly fancy. They look very simple in style. Like nothing valuable. Just kind of, you know, showing off a little bit style.
Dumbledore?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
No, I didn't understand you.
I said Dumbledore? Is that you?
Not quite. He's not that old.
Okay. That's a shame.
So, is this
Hmm?
all of us gathered here?
Mm.
Well, I was told the crew was 3 people. So, I'm counting 3 people. So I presume we are complete.
Hey,
Otherwise,
yeah.
I didn't order enough food.
Uh, I mean, if you count my VI, it's 4, but 3 people.
VIs aren't people. That's why they are VIs.
Don't say that. Bathy might hear you. And from display projecting from a hollow device on one's person, a holographic pink sheep would, pipe up and baa sadly.
He smiles from ear to ear, but you know he's right.
I know, but you don't have to say it. Ugh. Baffy is real to me.
I mean, she's real, alright. She just doesn't have any routines to learn by herself, so she's not actually considered artificial life.
Yes, but she is my competitive Holomon. Yes, I made my Pokemon into my VI. Don't judge me.
I don't.
It is good to meet all of thou.
Also, that is survival. The plate of lithium crystals is nicely arranged.
Good to hear. Someone someone understands culture.
Oh my.
Josh bids you to sit down. And eat.
I sit
Uh,
down with prefer probably bad posture as I go and just like you know how you sit down and you swivel the other end of the chair that you're putting your hands on the back of the chair.
Ah, yes, gamer posture.
Gamer posture. Yes, indeed, gamer posture.
No, I've got a least gamer chair. I always sit straight.
Kia
No.
just kind of moves a chair out of the way and just like sits on the ground because it's like the and it's kind of awkward because they can't sit in a chair, but if they sit down completely on the ground, the table's still not quite at the right height, so they have to slightly like stand their front legs up a little bit.
You could probably ask for a hollow table. I mean, they should have those here, right? Player one says as he's in between bites.
Not really, but if you ask, they could bring you like a small one-person table, which you can change the height of, no problem.
Oh, but they levitated.
Not
So yeah,
everything needs to be levitating in the future.
Well, yes, but we have centaur tars. How can you
the,
not have something that levitates for centaurs?
I mean, it is like available. Like if there are like if multiple centaurs eat at the one table, the table is usually just lower to the appropriate size, not size, height,
Right?
and but since it's a mixed table, this isn't really an option.
I think Kia like kind of just puts like a like in between like a stool and a pit like almost like a small almost like a small stool with a pillow on, like a very padded stool that he kind of just kneels on with his front legs before the table.
Yeah, that works too. I mean, they have all kinds of things. I mean, cyanides are literally 1 meter high. Like, a cyanide stool would not be very high for you at all. So, you could definitely appropriate one of those for this purpose.
So, it is nice to meet all of thou. I am Kia, and the rest of you.
Hmm. Uber boomer talk. Ew. You call me one. Like, just call me one. And I'm your resident hacker. Well, not really. Techie? Techie. Techie. And how about you? He points at um IDK with his like forehead.
Designation. I have no idea. Assignment. Arrive and introduce.
So the job, boss man. He looks
God,
behind there.
God is just kind of eating and chuckling to himself. You are certainly an interesting crew, I got to say.
Well, I don't think anyone who joins these kinds of things are specifically mundane. They don't really much like playing normal types.
In any case, I have here your Starlancer IDs, and all of you get a pop-up on the info link. Where your digital IDs are updated. This gives you the right to bear arms anywhere in collective space. Keep in mind it's mostly for self-defense. And he particularly glares at you, Infinite. At what's the name? Sorry, I'm bad with name. Kira.
Yeah, Kia.
Alright. None of you have changed your names on Roll20, so it's yeah.
I mean,
Oh yes, I'll
okay,
do that.
let me change that
Why do I need to point that out?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
because sometimes we do not,
Alright.
you know, yeah, there, player one.
And
There it is.
Yep, and I think we should change our ads into our tokens so they can it's easier for the stream to see.
they don't show up on the stream anyway. I have names only because usually I have the overlay which shows the character art. But I couldn't finish it in time, so we're having a placeholder. It's fine.
Okay.
As soon as I get the
Placeholder is
overlay fixed for session 2, I hope, or 3, the character art will be displayed as usual. So I don't need the pictures. And I have made arrangements. It's a very simple port shop. You pick it up, you bring it to target, you drop it off, all above the board. It's an official trade assignment. It's boring, but it gets you your first ship. I made arrangements to make sure that the cargo is worth your new ship. I assume this is all satisfactory.
Indeed, how long before we shall depart?
I mean, dude,
The ship is on the landing bay K5127. You can depart today. So uh, the cargo shouldn't be ready before. Let me calculate this real quick. Um, Tomorrow by this planet cycle. So you don't have to depart immediately if you don't want to. The flight's gonna take about 3 to 5 days. As in, where the cargo will be ready for pick up in time. Like, I calculated the time you will take to get to the planet already. If you like leave today or early tomorrow, you will arrive when the cargo is ready. I realize I might need to explain this since you've never done an interstellar port shop before, have you?
I myself have not, but I do not know my other compatriots.
Well, you just see player one like deeply drinking into his pumpkin spice latte. Like it's the only water he's never been drinking ever. What?
Time can be a little bit different when you're working with different planets. And I realize some of you might not be familiar with the terminology used and the way
Um,
things are calculated and stuff. It can be complicated at times.
what exactly did you say?
He looks at you with like
He was
that.
you see he really is into that pumpkin spice.
Sometimes I'm glad you have an info link. You can replay the recording if you need to.
He mentally replays the recording as he puts starts starts focusing on drinking his pumpkin spice again, having a near mystical experience, near religious experience as he consumes sweet pumpkiny flavor of the coffee.
It's,
You know, I have no
um,
idea how those taste because they aren't like you can't get something like that here.
I've tasted one time and it's like someone is pure sugar.
yeah, I haven't had one, but I'd imagine they're not far off from just like yeah. I think pure sugar is probably very much going to be what that sounds like. Um,
So he's finishing his food and waiting politely until everyone stopped eating. If anyone wants to say anything else, this would be the time.
no, I have no idea. It would have already acknowledged. I didn't speak up earlier because everyone else was already picked up on it, but would have just acknowledged the assignment and moved on.
All right. He tells you goodbye and leaves. Then he has other things to work on for other crews. So what do you do?
Well, I'm pretty sure what's left is just for player one to or I'll finish eating. He's just gonna go and like eagerly like so ship stats, ship stats. ship stats. Did you hear me?
Yes, but I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I'm sorry if I try so hard to do gamer talk to player one's thing, but basically he's trying to ask, can you tell me about the ship? Or can we check out the ship now?
You could.
So the ship.
I have no idea would agree and point out that they did tell us where the ship is. We could go check it out.
Sure, let's go. I mean, not to dine and dash, but if we're gonna be taking 3 days traveling, I kind of just want to get to it.
Yes, visiting the ship post haste sounds like a great idea.
I mean, as
Also, how
much
do
as
you
I
dine and dash when food's free?
well, he means like as much as I want to just eat in, get done, do things. I don't want to be rude, but we're wasting time and money, and this is a job, so like money.
But yeah, Kia will get up and start, like, almost leading the way towards the ship.
I have no idea. We'll nod and follow along.
Alright. As you make your way to your ship's bay, roll me a perception check. Everybody.
Oh boy, I am not good at this because I am smart, but I am not wise.
Alright. Player 1, you are too hyper to recognize anything or like notice anything.
You see him buzzing, kind of vibrating, his dragon tail flipping about.
Here, and I have no idea. You would notice that as you go towards your ship, somebody's coming from the vague direction of your landing bay, and it's a person with long blonde hair pulled back and like tied into a ponytail, and a very odd, like almost like in modern terms, it would be like a gold trimmed business suit, basically. But it's very unusual attire for this place or
Are
any
they a
place.
woman?
No,
Oh,
you don't think so.
okay. So the blonde ponytail was red herring. I
No,
see.
he has a ponytail,
I
but
mean,
he's extremely aggressive.
as a guy with long hair, it's not that hard to get a ponytail.
It's like it's like imagine a really like greasy businessman with that like blonde ponytail and
Yeah,
that smug
I get
look
you.
and that like
Oh,
suit.
okay. I see. I see. I don't have flashbacks of certain people.
And he's just walking by you. And then a message pops up on your infolink from Louis. It's rude to ignore requests, you know.
Oh, I I put two and two together, and I'm guessing this guy is gold face, gold beard or something. Okay, what did he? Since I have key in my info mine, basically, what did he call it again? Gold.
You should say hi to Gold Roger from him.
Okay, okay.
Russia or
So
Russia?
Uh, it's
rem-
it's
oh
like the French version of Roger. It's Roger.
yeah.
Okay.
remembering that, I go and like pipe up all hyper with my coffee and go greet him like animatedly and says, "Hey, Gold Roger." Louis says hi, and he just pops away.
You immediately get a response. How do you know that name? And where is he?
Hmm. Uh, he infolinked me. Strange. Can't really get can't really get the number.
I
Guessing
have
you
no
guys.
idea would chip in at this point, trying to not necessarily diffuse the situation, but make sure it doesn't escalate. By chipping in that after tracking it, it came from deep space.
Yeah, he will do that. Just, just
Hmm?
don't listen to him and be careful. There might be complications with the job.
If I may ask, who are you and why would Louis have interest in you?
That information is personal and way beyond your pay grade. Or there's questions to which answers you're not ready.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you must be getting paid, but thanks for getting paid. So yay.
So you proceed to your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Give me a moment. You should be on the page with your ship right now. You
Oh,
can,
yeah, at the bottom I can see it.
yeah, you can find the side view in the bottom left corner.
I can't see anything else, though.
You're not
I s-
supposed to see anything else.
Okay, just making sure.
It's deep space.
Okay.
Oh, it's a. Oh, well, this is the ship. Okay. Thought it was a giant gun. So, God, that's blinding. Okay. Um,
Wait, that's the wrong one. I have to have like the DM version open and like the character version.
okay.
Because I can't stream the DM version. It would be massive spoilers.
Yeah, we know that because investments.
So, hmm, looks like quite the large ship. Shall we board it, my compatriots?
Let me actually explain this real quick, but I have to like a player asked me something. I need to check something real quick. This uh oh wait, I never added it to the character sheet. I must have. It's gonna be in like yeah. All right.
Should I delete it?
It should be in the Discord somewhere. I know we talked about this on Discord somewhere.
Yeah. But I forgot the background feature. You only gave me like the stuff I get.
Mhm. You're fine. We're just gonna go right now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna be important
just give it to me
right
later.
now.
Just give it to me later.
But yeah, as you enter the landing bay, you see the biggest ship you have personally seen. Like, this thing is, for you, like, understanding of ships, massive. Like, it's, if I remember correctly, about 300 meters in length.
Holy Archon, that is huge.
And you very clearly remember Roger saying that he would get you a small ship.
This
And,
ain't on shit.
and now you realize something. He
Yeah?
has a very different concept of spaceships than you do.
Wait. This is for us?
It's definitely your bay. Yes. Any of you going inside?
Um,
Sure. I immediately go
yeah,
in.
I have no idea. Yeah, I would follow them in, since both of them seem to be willing to go.
You open up the passenger entry. I have no idea.
Yes?
You're the pilot. You can link into the ship's system. You got the code from
Okay.
Russia.
Yeah. You're the one who's piloting.
I was going to I was going to ask if I could take a diagnostics check.
Sure. What would that be? Roll me an insight intelligence check.
Uh,
Oh yes, I'm using alternate skill attributes. That
wait,
used it.
what?
Let's see. That would be insight. Where do you get a +2 from? That's the perception check. That's not an insight.
I clicked insight. That's what happened.
Oh wait, I think it didn't scroll. Give me a moment. Yes, there it is. 6. Um, but that's a not wisdom one, right? Yeah, that's a +2. Your intelligence is -1, so that's a 5. Everything is in order.
Okay.
So you open the
Oh.
passenger entry. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right. At the front part, right behind the legs, so to speak, a wide ramp opens up, leading into the inside of the ship.
Oh, I thought we were already inside. My bad.
No,
Yeah.
you go in.
Yeah.
Alright. As you move up the ramp and into the cockpit, where you find a piloting seat and instruments that seem oddly small for the size of the cockpit, you realize something. This is a standard sized vessel. This was made with the size um, of the largest collective space race in mind. In other words, everything in here is sized for adult dragons.
Hey, does he tell this to everyone? Because Dragon Tongue.
Yes, you could absolutely transform into a full dragon in here.
Ooh. But he doesn't say that. I just like go around with, huh, neat, I can fit here.
And it's very clear that the cockpit was like custom installed in the sense that like the cockpit was designed to fit like piloting gear and stuff for a dragon pilot. And it's just like your size piloting equipment in there right now, which is why it looks a little bit empty. But you figure you could probably choose it up with some like plush dice or something.
Okay.
A little bare bow, so you could probably get something, decorated for your first job. It's a little big, but I mean, who the hell knew? And I turned back to Roger. So, why is this? I know you said small, but this is dragon sized.
Yeah, it's the smallest cargo vessel of standard size.
Oh
100
yeah.
cubic meter cargo.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm not complaining, but
8 crew members, max.
oh, noted. I mean, player knows he can be as big, but he's more so kind of confused. Like, how the fuck do they know I'm that big? I could be that big.
I mean, there are literally planets filled with dragons, with spaceships, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, like you did. He know, yeah.
It's
But then again,
standard size for a reason.
well, yeah. But then again, he has some moments where with his amnesia, he forgets like, huh, I forget that um people look at him on Dragonborn. Yeah, making a note of that. To the viewers, if you are confused as to what Player One actually is as a race, the best way to say it is if you know Ms. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, just think of that.
Easier. It's a homebrewed version of the Chamborn Dragonborn, but with shape changing capabilities. Similar as that.
Yes.
So, anyone want to go up? Like, you're all standing like in the entry drop zone and the cockpit area right now.
I mean, I'm gonna go up if I can immediately. Like, it'd be nice to be in full dragon mode right now,
Right, give me a moment.
but not today. But not right now, because if I do that, it would be very big.
Joshi,
Yes?
was the insight check you had me roll just for the outside or for the inside?
You ran a complete diagnostics of all systems.
Okay.
Alright, all of your tokens should be placed, except I have no idea. It doesn't have one right now, apparently.
Yes, because I can't find any art that I like for the character.
Yeah, I just noticed, you know. Give me a moment, I have to adjust I. Alright. You're coming up the ramps and you see standing in the middle of a hallway, sized sufficiently for two adult dragons to pass each other. So you wanna move closer to the front of the ship or the back of the ship? Where you wanna go?
Due to pure piloting instinct, I would want to move towards the driver's seat.
You just came from the driver's seat. The cockpit is on the lower deck at the entrance.
Oh, I'm being stupid then. Front of the ship.
All right. Do you have control of your tokens?
I do.
All right.
I know.
You see another hallway at the front of the ship. This one is suspiciously smaller than the other hallways or entrances you have seen so far, only having space for a single dragon. You want to check it out?
Yeah, Kia will initially move forward to check it out.
Player one is just gonna head in immediately, all jumpy and excited. I mean, like,
Also go check it out.
yeah, he can't wait to upload. He can't wait to go and see if his ship is capable of running games. Maybe see if he
Probably
can vlog their adventures.
You find a large maintenance hallway. It's supposedly the same size on both sides, but I can't draw for shit, so it's a little bit asymmetrical. Um, with a lot of consoles, readouts, calibration mechanisms for all kinds of things, from the sensor array to the graph control to, well, basically everything. If you need to calibrate something, it's here.
would my character know all of this?
I mean, on an understanding level, definitely.
Okay.
However, if you don't have Tinker's tools proficiency or Quantum Pen, I believe I named them, you won't be able to make certain adjustments.
I would like to go. I mean, with me, with my 20 intelligence and proficiency in quantum pen, I'd like to, run just run diagnostics about it, and check everything out, get a lay of the systems.
All right. Roll me a. What would this be? All right. That's more for changing a calibration, but sure, that can work. 18.
It's the same as my Arcana tech, so
It worked. It seems everything seems fine. Everything seems pre-calibrated. Everything, all parameters seem properly adjusted.
does it have the capacity to run gaming subroutines?
Um, you probably like on a personal level, no problem. Like anything like single player, absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
MMOs,
No, 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 thank you. Just single player stuff.
MMOs work, but um, like how should I explain this? Like cell-based MMOs
Yeah, no, he's
would
not gonna.
not be able to run
He's
on this.
not gonna play things like that. He just wants to play like the older retro games in his room.
Oh yeah, easy. This thing is um, this thing is like almost brand new for a ship, basically.
Holy shit! Who's funding us? I asked that aloud to no one in particular in common.
According to everything you know,
Hmm?
you're funding yourself. This first job is supposed to pay for this entire ship.
Okay, then we better do good in this. I go and walk along and try to and connect my my info link to this to the computer network mainframe, and you walk along, head on to the hall,
As
to the bridge.
there's there's no bridge, there's just a cockpit, as you were already there. As you try to connect to the ship, you reject it, and I have no idea. You get a pop up
Hmm?
about an unauthorized access attempt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I can't connect to that. Noted.
As the pilot of the ship, you have to authorize your crew and assign them.
Ah, okay.
So if you want to make Grimmy the engineer, you're gonna have to say that tell the ship that he's the engineer.
I mean, as you can see, my equipment.
Yeah,
Um,
I yeah, I'm gonna allow that because
I can't do my job otherwise.
I mean, like metagaming. I know his character has the equipment, and in character, like they aren't
We can.
going to put me with people who are incompetent at something. That
Well,
everybody will
yeah.
have some level of talent.
I mean,
And since he seems to
conversation.
understand and have a quantum pen like me,
Yeah,
All right.
conversation is.
So player one, you are officially the engineer of the ship. You have
Oh,
full
good.
access to the hardware systems.
Cool beans. I connect it. Okay, I look up the travel log. We should be trying to prepare and make way for our first mission. I don't know about you, but the sooner we could pay off everything, the better. I do not want to get involved in anything with money.
Does your character actually know how money works? I guess from video games, yeah.
Yeah, video games. Yeah, he knows how a Bitcoin
You
works.
might actually be the only one in this party who actually knows how money works.
Oh my god, is it because I have 20 intelligence?
I
No,
think
because
I
you're
feel
gaming.
Kia would Kia would understand, I reckon.
I mean, I think everyone at this point knows what like coins and cash does, but not like credits. Did that make sense?
Actually, no, Kia probably seems like he definitely knows how trade works, not necessarily credit.
Yeah, but does he
Yeah,
know like stuff like modern day equivalents, like our modern day, like he knows what cash is and all that stuff.
I feel
Yeah, the
like
collective doesn't use money. Everything that's necessary to live is basically free. Everything else is
Okay,
traded for on a personal level.
okay. So what you're saying is in the future, most living conditions is free so long as you contribute to society. Wow, this is communism.
Actually, it's socialism.
it's social. Yeah, I was about to say it's socialism.
I forget what's the difference between the two, fundamentally speaking. Then again, I live in democracy.
Socialism is further ahead. Like, communism is basically just a step into the direction of socialism to reach it.
I thought they usually say it's the other way round.
That's what they say. They don't know anything about it. Trust me.
From an economic standpoint, socialism is when the people have control over what is known as the power of the product. Communism is when the government has that control, and capitalism is when businesses have that control.
Oh yeah,
Not quite, but
congratulations,
It's an
it's a complicated.
oversimplification, I
It's
know, but
extreme oversimplification. Yeah.
but yeah,
congratulations, D&D. You gave me lessons in school I actually need.
yeah, it's a massive oversimplification
Point is,
of
you lived pretty sweet
yeah.
lives, all things considered.
Yeah, like yeah, like so. Okay, so basically, I'm getting it. I'm the only one in the crew who knows the concept of money.
I mean, I feel like I have no idea would understand the concept of currency. They just wouldn't have an idea of like values.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, you have the gamer advantage on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gamer advantage.
Oh yeah. Okay. Like. Oh yeah. I
That's a
forgot. You
sentence
guys
I haven't
don't.
heard.
In character, like
You
player
actually
one says
play
like, oh,
RPGs and shit. You know how
oh
money works.
yeah. You guys don't know how money works. I assume you don't. Well, never mind that. Let's just see your mission log and see where we need to go. The sooner we can get that done, the sooner I can explain to you all how money works.
Well, it's already logged into the navigation computer. Basically, your next destination is Arachnia.
So, shall we get to going? And then we can assign which one has which rooms.
I mean, you
I'm gonna
haven't
be
even
here
found your
tomorrow.
quarters yet.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like assign first, try to get it to autopilot, and then find rooms.
I mean, autopilot still needs oversight. Like, it's
Oh yeah.
basically like
I
cruise
mean, if
control.
it's connected to AI, I mean, like he can probably go and pilot it while we look for the rooms.
The ship actually does not have an AI.
We have a robot pilot.
Yes,
I was about to say I am the AI.
yes, you are. But the point is, you need to go to the piloting seat and actually decide to pilot the ship.
Yeah, like let's get Inny. Inny. I'm gonna call you Inny.
Maybe he wants to check out the rest of the ship as well, just so he
Yeah.
knows what he's flying or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably a good idea to see if there's anything in the cargo bay. Just
True.
if it's on the
But,
way.
yeah, 'cause I thought you were like you can join us while you're connected, and like it just happens.
Not
Anyway, Annie, Kieran, Let's go.
Piloting is a full attention effort
Job. Okay.
thing.
Come on, let's
Joshi,
go.
is there any camera systems on the ship?
I checked my
Um,
helipad if there are any camera systems.
There are probably sensors, but cameras? Probably not, no. They would
I
be
mean,
kind
this
of
would
is
I be-
obsolete.
Is there any systems that would allow me to basically keep track of the other two while they're in the ship?
I
Yes,
mean, there's sensors,
Or be
so you
able
could
to, like, detect anything different?
yes,
Okay.
different sensor arrays. But you're not getting a picture out of it. Like, oh, at least,
Would I be able to identify who's who?
yes, they would be
Okay.
tagged, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, you
But
can just
it would be basically like this Dungeons and Dragons map. It would be a schematic.
yeah, like, hey, not to burst your bubbles, but any you should give them here clearance as part of the crew. Security officer, maybe? Hello.
I'm
Can you-
sorry. I'm trying to think of what systems would come into play for, like, different roles on the ship.
I think just clearance to be around, to be honest.
I mean, you can literally assign them crew member.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea if they're just in the group. Because in character, I wouldn't really know what skills Kier has.
I mean, they look pretty well armed.
I mean, they do, but just because you have a gun doesn't mean you can use it.
They actually
He
don't
doesn't
have a gun. I just, yeah.
My point stands for any weapon. Just because you have one doesn't mean you know how to use one.
Yeah. I mean, we can learn that later on when we actually get into combat, but skill.
Alright,
Push.
Kill, you have crew authorization. Note that down somewhere. Like, anywhere.
Yep. I'll put that in his bio section.
Alright? You're gonna go into the other direction from the entrance.
Yeah, at this point, he is going to head off and try and explore some of the other rooms of the ship.
Yeah, I think we'll join them.
Yeah.
You find a freeway hallway.
Ooh. I go topside.
It might be best to take the ship from helm to stern.
Where's the helm though?
Where's the what?
The helm, the bridge.
The
Where we-
cockpit on the lower deck where you where you came in. I marked it in, like, if you look at the side sketch in the lower left corner, you can see the cockpit marked.
Okay, so what you're saying is basically where we drive is below.
Yes.
What's weird designing?
Thank you.
But yeah, Kier is gonna head towards the stern of the ship.
It's practical designing because the pilot probably needs to enter and exit most often, you know.
I'm gonna go up here. No, split and divide. Like, we're in a ship. There's nothing like those dangerous things here.
Player 1, you see another hallway and a corner. Kira, you come into a large room on which side, on one side, you see a holofield, a holographic projection area, for example, for exercise or games or anything you would do with other crew members. It's clearly not meant to be like a holodeck that allows you like privacy, so but like something of a, how should I put this, um group activity kind of area. And on the other side, you can see tables, and behind that, a shelf capable of holding, for example, books or board games if you get any. And you can also see a replicator for food, and um, and a shelf filled with nourishment pills. These are basically they are pills that you drench in water and you get a meal out of it, basically. They're kind of like the portions in Star Wars Episode 7, if you remember those. But you know from experience that on longer like space travels, that replicator food is not good for you. How should I put this? Energetic, magic, like um physiology. Like it's basically it's unhealthy, but on a like almost spiritual level, kind of.
So it's spiritually junk food.
Yeah, but it does taste good and it is fully nourishing.
Yeah, so junk food.
And meanwhile, the pill foods are more limited in your selection, obviously, and they are um, thanks to being processed from authentic material. It's perfectly healthy, but it's not all that tasty in comparison.
So vegetables and junk food, basically.
Not vegetables. Like basically it's like dried stuff. You can imagine it, like until it's
I
rehydrated.
can
Um,
imagine it.
Also, I want all of you to make an intelligence check because you might have heard of these, but you've never really been on a ship. Like
I feel so embarrassed.
Intelligence?
yes, just intelligence. All right, the only one who figured this one out is I have no idea. You realize these are pills, so that if somebody ends up swallowing one without like opening it up and hydrating it, it doesn't burst them from the inside like a bomb, but passes through the organism undigested effectively.
It would have been funny though. Where is it funny?
Because there's, there might not be an OSHA, but there are safety mechanisms to prevent people from being stupid. I mean, we had the Tide Pod challenge. Really think they're gonna introduce dangerous food?
Yes. I mean, like it's a tripod challenge, mate.
I mean, listen, people will find their own way to make danger to be stupid. They, you can safeguard all you want. People are gonna be stupid if people are gonna be stupid.
Yes, and they can still be stupid. They can open the pill and drop it directly in their mouth, then they're still gonna die. But it's made so that if somebody just doesn't know what they're doing, they're not immediately dead. You know, it's not Dark Souls.
Ooh, Dark Souls.
So,
So food souls.
Souls sounds like a fucking cooking anime.
Oh, I noticed that my window doesn't refresh unless I open it. Oh, that's inconvenient. Okay, so now the stream should be seeing what you're seeing.
Okay.
Hey, it's the second time I'm TMing. I'm still learning. Alright, so who goes there?
My end
Keys,
goal is to go to the cargo bay.
My goal
Anything
is to
between that and on the line.
basically. My goal is to explore this place and find the rooms.
Alright. Player 1, you find another hallway with 4 doors on the side and 1 large door in the back.
Hmm. I go investigate the doors.
Which one?
First one I am able to reach. This one?
Alright. You open the door and you find a dragon-sized quarter,
A what?
Target size. What?
like crew quarters.
Oh, so
Oh,
this is my room.
Dragon-sized.
This is my room. I, use the comm link. And like, I found the rooms. They're all dragon size, so you got a lot of space. Unlike me, I don't have a lot of space. That's fine. Who needs to worry about that?
You can check out the other 3 quarters.
I'm gonna check the other 3, not assuming that they are the same thing.
They are.
Okay. How about the one at the far left, or the far right? Yeah, I just marked this one as um player one's door, player one's quarters.
I mean, you can write it on the map if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it up a map. Like,
I wish people would stop pinging me while I'm playing.
why are they pinging you?
Because it text RP for the other campaign.
Oh,
I'm playing it. Alright. So, and you, Kier, and I have no idea, you go to the opposite door.
I'm going to the back of the ship.
yeah, found the rooms. I'm assuming the other ones are directly below this other side. Like, I know I have access to a map, right, of the ship.
I mean, you literally have a built-in auto mapping function.
Well, yeah, you
You
know
have
what?
map tools.
I'm just gonna auto map the damn thing. Minimap online.
I have no idea. You open the door and you find the reactor and engine room.
Okay, so this is power source.
It's it contains both a energy reactor, probably high fusion, but you're not entirely sure. You're quite certain it's not 0 point, since 0 point are mostly illegal everywhere. So you tip fusion or maybe high fusion at most. And you also find the graph engine, which is basically a device that manipulates the space-time gravitational pull of your ship in order to propel it. This is how the ship is moving without engines, like without like combustion engines or outside any visible engines from the outside.
Okay.
See,
And beyond the engine room, you can see another door.
Well, I'm on my way to get to the back of the ship. The easiest way to do that is to keep going towards the back of the ship. Kira, what are you doing right now?
Kia would be following, however, I'm having a slight issue with the map not loading at the moment.
That.
Shit. I got a warning about that size regarding that.
No, it was more just stuck, but it's working now.
Oh,
Okay.
so Kira, you're trying to enter the reactor engines at the same time as I have no idea, or after
Yeah.
he passed through.
He'd be following right, like basically beside him.
I have no idea. You get an alarm ping on your inflink about unauthorized access of the reactor and engine area by crew
Dismiss it.
member. Yeah. Alright.
Dismiss it. I already know why, and I don't need extra pings.
Alright.
I mean, we have phones.
For reference, as a crew member, you would not have access to this room. Like the doors would not open for you by yourself.
How
Good
about
to know.
me?
Pure safety. Because reactors and engines are dangerous, even if you know what you're doing, you know? And anyway, the two of you find another, like, it's kind of like a ramp staircase upwards to the upper deck of the ship. Does any of you check it out?
I do.
Do I have a schematic of where the ship is and how to get to them? How to get to the? I just forgot what it's called.
Cargo hold?
I
Yeah, it's
can't get.
cargo hold.
Assuming I have done the mini mapping already.
You can ping it over.
Yeah.
You can send it.
I send the schematics to everyone else in this crew. Like, it pays to have someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, you're used to this shit. You're doing this in video games all the time.
It's just knowing the ship. I don't think this is metagaming.
No, it's not. It's entirely. No, I mean, in character. Your character does this shit all the time in video games.
Yeah, like if I don't have a mini map, I'm not gonna be happy.
You see another hallway with another corner.
I'm just gonna go through it all. Um,
Also, if anyone checks the upper levels, they are basically empty right now. They are just a bunch of open mod bays. But I would need an intelligence check of anyone who wanted to know what these things are for.
I'll do it. You bet I can't use any of my skills. Burp.
14. You imagine probably something could be installed there, but you're not sure what.
Well, eesh.
So this is a dead end for me and Kier.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought you, but yeah, there's. So are we in the mod bay currently?
You didn't say you went up the stairs.
So yeah, it's not so that it's not quite a dead end. We can still go up.
I mean, up
Um,
is the mod base. You're
Yeah.
basically standing in empty.
Like, we'd peek our head and see that it's just one big room and probably head back.
I mean, there's clearly like separations in that like sectioned off kind of way, but like not like one big room, but like there's clearly like sections like rails and stuff. So you figure like, yeah, there's nothing here right now, but there could be.
Okay.
Imagine. So player one, you keep mapping.
Yeah, I keep mapping. So I completed my mini map and everything is done. I know these other four of the rooms, and the other side is probably the hallway in between. So I think I'm good.
You find former crew quarters, and when going through the big door at the end,
Yeah.
you find the cargo hold. It's big and it's empty, but it has a lot of graph rails and anchors and stuff.
I go and turn on my comms. Found the cargo hold.
Yeah, you guys went exactly the one way that didn't lead to the cargo hold.
Yeah, it's fine. This is my job, being mini mapper. It's fine. I know my job. So meet up in the cockpit. Oh, I'm kidding. I'll meet you up in the cockpit later.
Wouldn't you still need me to open the cockpit?
Oh
Since
yeah,
I'm the
I'm
pilot?
waiting for yeah. I'm literally waiting for you. That's where we meet up.
Oh, my. Okay, anyway. My
I mean, the
brain doesn't work.
cockpit is walk in, like in the Millennium Falcon. You can't really
Yeah,
close that
I
off.
just can't drive it, but I don't want to drive it. I don't have the proficiency to drive it. I'm an engineer.
Valid. Assuming Kier doesn't fight me too much on it, I'm probably gonna herd them back to the cockpit.
Oh yeah, Key's already turning around at this point. It's just like yeah, has to wait to get through the reactor.
But yeah, that's your ship. Your currently nameless ship.
Um, I vote we call it the. Mm, he goes and looks at around a ship randomizer name. I say we call it the Dragobolt.
I think it might be best until we have our first voyage before we name it. Good luck and all.
Okay, okay, let's just call it.
I don't know. I would say most landing sites and stuff would find it kind of suspicious when a ship with no registered name will approach. Just saying, scheduled or not.
I
Yeah,
mean, you can have like
let's just
registration without
use
specifically having a
let's just
proper
use
name.
the registration name first. Like then we can make a name
Oh,
for it later.
so it's the ID number.
Yeah, like we have no name yet. We're just student drivers.
Alright.
Like, is that so wrong? We're just a bunch of student drivers.
I mean,
Well,
like anyone who has to direct your ship is gonna groan when he needs to call you because they're not sure how to call you because they're not gonna list like a 128 number series of numbers.
Yeah, we're gonna do that until we finish our first voyage, just for the lulls.
Alright.
But let's be honest, how often is somebody gonna call us without us calling them first?
Every time you want to land.
We're going to be asking for permission to land, and they just have to reply, don't they?
You ended, trust me, they are like, they have planetary surveillance systems. They are on you are on their ships before they are on yours. They will send you identification on approach. Like, most planets even have automated systems for this.
Well, if it's an automated system, yeah, it probably wouldn't be too bad because it basically would probably just be like a message that just has the ship ID number in it.
Oh yeah, the automated systems will have no problem with this. But if you're going anywhere like this place that has manned people doing this shit, they're going to groan hard when they see it pop up.
Well, I
Oh,
reckon most
boo-hoo, they're
ships would
getting
probably
paid for
just
that
be
shit.
IDs.
They're getting paid for this shit. Not our
This is
problem.
this is a civilization without money. They don't get paid for this shit.
Well, fuck, I don't give a shit then. I'm neutral, not exactly good. I'm not doing anything wrong.
I mean, you can do what you want. I'm just saying it will elicit some groans from some people.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, grown it up. I don't give a shit. Let's do it. That is so mean, but at the same time, I don't care. Anyways, so
So, shall we depart?
I'm waiting on you guys. I'm with Annie is the pilot, not me. Come on, let's go. Go.
Well, I
Go.
think we're on the cockpit now.
We're in the entrance, so not on the cockpit yet. Come on, Annie, we're burning starlight.
Can you see the ping?
Yeah. I'm still gonna openly say like this was bad designing.
No, it's not.
Are you the ship pilot? Are you the ship witch up there?
What?
I'm not saying the drawings, but I'm saying that the ship, like, why is the cockpit underneath? Oh, I see. Those are glass panes. Never mind.
But not quite glass. I just sectioned off the cockpit from the drop zone, like the dropping area with the ramp, for convenience sake.
Did you think it was like the red that was the cockpit creamly?
Yes.
No, like the red triangles are like
Landings, like
yes,
Yeah,
like landing gears,
gears.
and the red like spike is like the ramp that goes that opens up for crew loading, like crew entrance. The design is actually designed that so in such a way that the sensor array at the front has the largest possible angle around the ship, with the craft control being in position to dampen the incoming G forces most effectively. And the cockpit is positioned in such a way that it's unlikely to be damaged by enemy fire. Like, they're more likely to hit the cargo hold or like the mod base on the top, which can be, probably modded with armor or weapons or other things to fend off pirates, for example. This is a cargo vessel primarily. This is not like a combat vessel.
That can be changed. That can be changed.
So,
I'm telling you this right now. This thing has maybe 3 mod bays, which means at most, if you invest all into guns, you have like 3 armaments. So
We're not gonna invest
you are
everything.
not flying a dreadnought.
We're not
also,
gonna be flying a dreadnought. We don't want a dreadnought. We
so yeah, but yeah, Kia will turn to I have no idea and go, so, shall we set sail and make head for our destination?
Joshi, lore question before I answer.
Yes?
Would I have? Is there a system in place to tell me if someone walks into the pilot's room while I'm in the chair?
I mean, you have full control, like full access to the entire sensor array of the ship. You know where anyone is at any time.
I mean, like, is there? I'm assuming that to pilot the ship, my back is going to be towards any entrance. So, is there something to alert me if there is someone behind me?
Yes,
Okay.
you can
Uh,
absolutely set like an alarm if like a life form approaches that section.
okay.
Easy as that.
In character, I would respond to Kahir. Is that how you say it?
Kia.
Kahir. Suggestion acceptable. I will begin preparing liftoff.
All right. Roll me a vehicle skill.
A what?
Vehicle skill. A piloting check.
he's proficient in it, right?
Yes. Yes, proficiency in vehicles water, which in this case is piloting.
Vehicle starship.
It's in the last place I looked. Wow. That is a roll.
You're not quite used to the weight distribution, and you kind of forgot to call in before starting up. So you first got a warning from the system, then you cleared that up, and while you did that, you accidentally drifted a little to the side and kind of scratched some paint. But you eventually got off without any major damages.
Okay.
I
Well,
just stare at Innie judgingly.
have you seen Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
Imagine that.
I just
Okay.
stare at him judgingly.
To be honest, this is all just reminding me of Escape Velocity.
I have not seen that.
It's a video game. Well, Escape Velocity and another video game, Endless Sky, I believe.
Yes. Alright. You took off. Give me another piloting check to make sure you jump properly.
I'm just gonna stare at him judgingly the entire time. Like, as you do.
Okay. You find Roger's pre-calculated jump coordinates written down on a piece of paper. Very old-fashioned. You're kind of confused about that. But then you look at them, you think, I can do that better. You throw them away, and you punch in your own jumping coordinates for your destination.
Okay, so you're not a total noob bot.
Alright. You know you will take approximately 1.5 days of the previous planet you were on until you reach your jump point.
Okay.
So you have 1.5 day downtime in your ship.
Before we get too embroiled in that, I'm going to counter player one's barb by saying that at least I'm capable of doing something once I get used to what I'm working with.
Which is what? All I did my job perfectly.
Your job was looking at things.
My job wasn't looking at things. My job is making sure this ship stays zip tight.
Hey, don't throw shade at scouts, they are important.
I'm not the scout. I'm the engineer.
I know, but I'm saying the entire purpose of scouts is to look at shit.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the scout. I'm the engineer. Get your classes right, noob.
I mean, engineer is not a class in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Scout, on the other hand, is an archetype for the rogue.
Nah, but he plays TF2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I play TF2. What the fuck do you? Yeah, I play TF2.
Wow, that's
my
retro. Like
I'm
that
gonna
would
try
be like
TF3.
over
Not
1,000 years old at this
TF3.
point.
How dare you suggest Valve will ever make a TF3?
Valve can count to 3, let's be honest. They really can't!
They've had so many series end too.
I know, but like one, maybe
they
they
made
get
a,
new direction.
They made a new Left 4 Dead and they called it a new name. You telling me they can count to 3?
I can hope they can count to
They
3.
also never released Half-Life 2 Part 3. They didn't do Half-Life 2 Part 3, which they were meant to do either.
Yeah, and instead of doing Half-Life 3, they did Half-Life Alex. Which, don't
Okay,
get me wrong,
touche.
is good,
Touche.
but it
Look,
does not count to 3.
Okay. Let's cut them some slack. It's 1,000 years into the future. Let's say it's a new management.
Either somebody's in on the joke or they really don't care.
I'd say at this point it's a joke, because there's no way they're intentionally stopping so many series at 2.5.
Laughs in all the Portal spin-off games, but no Portal 3.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
me too. But we had that phone game,
Which one?
the one where you made test chambers.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Aperture.
they're like Aperture Laboratories. There's the lab. Uh, there's Aperture Testing.
But yeah, now you know why there's a holo field and space for board games, books, and other things. Because space travel takes time, even in science fiction. You're gonna get used to it, whether you want to or not. The good thing is, you don't spend rations while traveling on your ship. since you have a replicator.
Hooray for replicators. They're not really good for you though. Don't eat a lot of them. Just don't.
And you also get the food pills.
Hooray for food pills.
Also, Joshi, you asked me what I'm going to eat from now on. It's all going to be food pills.
You're a robot. Stop eating your pills.
I mean, he can.
It doesn't use resources. It's fine.
It really doesn't.
Can't you just eat replicator food?
He can.
Yes, but that's not as funny.
Yeah.
As just like no selling something that you guys aren't gonna like the taste of.
I mean, he's an AI. He can do whatever he will. He has full rights. He has no soul, but full rights.
Okay, fine. He
Listen.
has full rights. Fuck your rights.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And I have no idea what a good time is.
This is why I have VIs.
What?
He just says, this is why I have VIs.
Are you just committing a hate crime microaggression?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying this is why I chose a VI companion, not an AI companion.
Fair enough.
To be
It was
fair, you
basically
chose both.
To be saying I chose to have a dog, not a slave.
I mean, pets really are just slaves you like.
I mean,
Eh,
no. What?
But I have no idea isn't cute enough to be a pet.
What?
So
Continuing on
this is
before
how
we
my
do
second
anything
campaign
crazy.
fails.
Okay, continuing on. No.
Character conflict.
No, it's not gonna end up like that. Trust me, it's not gonna end up like that. It's not gonna be crazy.
uh.
Anyways.
So yeah, you can basically lock yourself in your quarters. They have some holographic emitters, so you can actually like
I'm gonna
put
just
up like furniture and stuff. You can move it outside of your quarters, but it works inside your quarters.
I'm just gonna go to my quarters, go into dragon form, and just set up basically a communication network. That if there's something you need to bother me there. If not, I'm gonna go play games
You
like
ha-
Divinity Original Sin 4.
you have enough space in your quarters for a sleeping nest, for
Yeah.
a dragon, a full-sized adult dragon, and you're in for it. But aside from that, it's getting a little bit cramped if you want anything else, simply
I mean,
because
I'm
of
just
how big
playing
you are.
games in my brain. I'm just playing games in my brain.
Just a question, like, would we know about the fact that player one like can shapeshift and stuff like that?
It's very clearly a bad dragon. He has made no attempts to hide that.
Yeah,
mean,
Like,
he
seems-
has kind of turned in front of us. So
okay,
Not really. I've turned only in the ship in my
You
quarters.
said you had horns and a tail. That's a
Oh
tad
yeah.
giveaway.
I mean, yeah, I didn't turn, but I've never hidden it either.
would
didn't
Kia
you do
know
didn't
much
you
about?
do it when we were in the when we first stepped into the pilot's area?
No, I said that. Wow, this place is big enough to fit even me. Like he made comment about the whole. This place technically does uh can fit someone like him, but nothing
But,
on the level of basically saying, yeah, like
So,
yeah,
like,
I'm
with
fine.
Sorry.
but yeah, so with them, would Kia know like if they can just shift between like two forms, or if they can do other like alterations as well, like, or it's strict one human form, one dragon form sort of thing?
You can
Werewolf
ask
are
me.
well, that could work, but honestly, werewolf are common enough sight throughout the collective worlds that you probably know he's just a were dragon. Like he can shift anywhere from um nothing at all to full dragon.
So yeah, like, is there a like no limit on how small he can get?
Uh, that depends on
Humanoid
his
move.
form. Like
Yeah,
um, he has only one real dragon form. You know, like
yeah,
there are were dragons that are really small as dragons. Like I'm talking 1 meter kind of tall as full dragons. So actually smaller than humans in full dragon form. And there are dragons that are well regular dragon size.
I
As
more
full
meant
dragons.
like the non-dragon form, cause yeah, like
That's just human size.
okay, so always human size. Got it.
yeah. So I'm basically just human size.
6 foot. I just realized
I'm,
everyone in the group is 6 foot.
I'm a dragon. That's my excuse. What's your excuse?
I'm an AI built to be a pilot.
Yeah, he's built
Cool.
that way.
Look, we can make you a new body after like I get to level 3.
Is that a threat?
No, that's
An offer.
an
And to be
offer.
clear, I'm not talking in character. I'm talking like out of character.
Out of character, that's an offer. Like, if you want a taller body, we can make you one.
Dude, I'm 6'6".
So everyone in the party is basically 6 feet tall and above.
Yes, you're the short one, and you're 6 foot.
And
I
yet,
mean,
you feel
I,
so small in here.
To be fair though, Kia is also pretty short for a centaur, considering he's like a human body on top of a horse's body.
Valid.
to be fair, I'm actually the biggest
Pony
person here.
centaur.
Almost, but not quite. Yeah, I was actually looking at like, like he's a small horse, not like, so there's like a difference between like you can have small horses and you can have big ponies. He's a small horse.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyways, continuing on.
So player one is locking himself into his room and not talking to anybody. What do the other two do to pass the time?
am I allowed to leave the pilot's chair? I thought you said the ship doesn't have any sort of AI outside of me.
When landing, jumping, or lifting off, you have to be in the pilot seat. But like, um, while you're just like cruising towards destination on a fixed flight path, you can leave because you're still linked to the ship's system. You can give emergency maneuvers through your infolink,
Oh, okay.
and you will immediately notified if anything shows up on like the sensors and stuff.
All right. And for future context, how far do the sensors go?
Uh, like accurately around
Let me
50,000
rephrase. How far away can something be before the ship tells me about it?
before the ship tells you about it. Probably about 850,000 kilometers.
So that's 8, 5, and 4 zeros. Or 8, 5, and 2?
8, 5, and 4 zeros, yes.
Okay.
Kilometers.
Alright.
That's the alarm range. So plenty of there's plenty of like in open space you get a pretty good warning. Something's approaching from the far side of a planet, you might have more trouble picking it up or something.
Okay.
Though the planet would also probably set off the alarms anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, when if you're like in orbit of a planet, it's not gonna set off an alarm.
Valid.
I mean, for autopilot, if you're like just heading towards a planet, maybe. I reckon
Then
it
yes, then yes, that's a big oof.
I mean, there's oof. It's fair.
Like somebody should recalibrate the navigation computer if that happens.
Do you want me to recalibrate this shit again?
I mean, have you talked to Garrus Vakarian?
No.
Alright, you always calibrating.
Okay, then
No exceptions.
if I am, I'm always calibrating. I'm the calibrating.
No, really, that's a joke from Mass Effect 2 because Garrus Vakarian, the Uturian crewmate, had very few specific voice lines for intermission dialogue, but you checked in with him every time anyway. So every time he didn't have anything new to say, he said that he was working on calibrations.
Like, he's always working on calibrations, man. The man cannot not calibrate. You know.
No, but it's working. Like in a battle against the collectors, it's definitely working. His guns hit and they hit well.
Okay. So, ship ship battle now. Like,
Not right now. Your ship is literally unarmed.
okay, so what do I do now? As much as I'm fine with RPing the whole way, I just don't know what else to do.
So yeah, as for what Key is doing in his downtime, he's probably just spending some time in the hollow field training.
I'm gonna be doing, basic gamer stuff, trying to see if I can beat intergalactic world records of old retro video game speedruns.
You're
As one
trying to
does.
frame perfect Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
A feat that only a few million people have achieved at this point in time.
Getting over it.
Oh god.
Alright. So with that said, you pass the time and you eventually reach your jump point. I have no idea. You get a message from your nav computer that you are required to, access the cockpit and perform the jump.
Yeah.
But there are calculations, keeping an eye out for any other ships that might approach the jump point right now, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and get that done so that we can land.
Alright, give me a piloting check.
What is my rolling today? A crit
Wait.
success is followed
Wait.
immediately by a crit fail.
What stat is this supposed to be?
Dexterity, apparently.
You have 0 dexterity.
Yes.
Mm.
But I have a proficiency.
Alright,
So it's basically just RNG.
I guess I should get some piloting training as well.
You 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 performed the jump, and you're in the wrong system.
That's fair.
You're nowhere near
go-
your target.
I am. Can I do something to help him out?
You could have taken the help action.
I'm gonna help him now. Wrong system, dummy.
So yeah, you're stranded for a day because you need to calculate new jump vectors
I keep I usually
and approach a
keep
new jump point.
I just keep giving him the stink eye. No wonder you're cheap.
Hey, at least I'm not a DM who pilots your ship into the sun for that.
True, but I'm
Listen,
still giving him in character stink eye.
Yeah, you're just kind of stranded in deep space for a day.
in character, I have no idea. Is probably like a bit of shock, with the only response being I don't know what he would say. Something about the math being off
I
or
smacked
having
Oh
him.
no,
done a
you had the natural
miscalculation.
20 on the math. Your math was on point.
I'm gonna I swear, do not attempt me to run diagnostics on you. I'm not certified for that yet.
That would be a medicine check.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not certified for it yet.
Alright.
That's a threat. I don't know how or what good it would do. But I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna make you run diagnostics.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna help him?
Yeah, I'm gonna help him
Alright, you're gonna. This time,
breathe.
after having to spend another day speedrunning some game. Yeah.
What the fuck? And watch this be like a fucking critical success.
If this
You
isn't
decide to double check the coordinates that he inputs into the nav computer before the jump.
What
Roll me a spaceship piloting check with advantage.
Uh,
I swear to God, man. I swear to God.
night. Fuck. What the fuck is my rolling
21.
today?
Not,
You have
only,
bullshit luck. That's what you have
not
today.
only did you manage to jump to the right system, you in fact managed to safely jump inside the system, shortening your traveling time by about half a day. So you will only be half a day late.
I still give him the
fuck.
stink
Which
eye.
actually, since you immediately left Werther instead of waiting for the morning, you would actually be right on time.
I still give him the stink eye.
Oh my god, the fucking RNG.
Swear, I
Eh,
swear, I swear.
For
Fucking
content,
swear.
Part is that is two successes followed preceded immediately by a critical failure, which in
Yeah.
itself had a critical success in front of that.
In character, I
Fuck.
go to say, I swear to fucking.
to be
I, s-
fair, a
I
jump
swear
is
to Bahamut.
comparatively difficult. Like you're trying to hit a target the size of a pinhead, you know.
I swear to Bahamut.
But yeah, you're on your way to Arachnia now. Right on schedule somehow.
Yeah. I swear to Bahamut, man. I swear to Bahamut.
Kier, Do you have any reaction to what happened?
No, not really. He's just minding his own business, to be honest.
Alright. Alright. Mhm. Hmm. Uh, you approach Arachnia, a planet with beautiful green oceans and um, a lot of purple vegetation, as plants grow purple on this planet.
We're in Planet Barney. We're in Planet Barney. I know it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We're in Planet Barney.
Actually, it's based on a real science paper I read about a potential, like an atmosphere that looked green, like a green sky, leading to purple plants because of reasons and science and stuff.
Reasons and science and stuff.
It
Got
was interesting. Anyway, so you want to help again?
Yeah, I want to help again. Like I still give any like the death glare. Don't you dare ruin this for me, you noob! Don't you dare!
Alright, roll me another spaceship piloting check with advantage. 20. You go through all the proper procedures. You don't even need help from player one, and you are directed to the appropriate landing bay to pick up your cargo.
My
You,
experience in
you,
piloting is only in space games like Star Fox,
you sat down
Star Wolf.
gently.
So yeah, we have pilot. I have no idea, and we have co-pilot player one. Wouldn't that make him player two though?
Do not fucking make me. Player two
Do not
is
pay.
someone. Player two is someone from my maybe backstory. I don't know. I'm
Throwing
amnesic.
shade. Throwing major shade.
Yeah, don't you dare call me player two. The fuck am I gonna be player two?
Oh.
Me be player two. Do you have any idea who we talking to?
Alright, you're sitting on the loading bay. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna get out in human form and
Alright, place your token.
start making contact to Mr. Rogers so we can do what we need to do. Doodly doodly do as you do, you know, as one does when they doodly doodly do.
Yoshi doesn't pick up. Like, it seems he has his infolink on mute. Or the equivalent of mute.
Oh my fucking gosh.
Sorry, it's not what's happening.
Well, the boss isn't picking up. Did he
That's
leave
fine.
any notes?
I mean, it's basically just pick up the cargo. So I have no idea. Are you opening the cargo bay?
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna. We should open it up, I guess. Check it out.
yeah, that's probably a good idea considering we need to get out.
Alright.
Soon.
Also, as you landed, you noticed that this place is built very high rise, like very, very tall building, very vertical everything, and the landing bay is actually on top of a building,
Well, I'm fine with
like
that.
an octagonal building, in fact. And yeah, you have a great view from here. The sun is low, probably around morning right now.
Uh,
You see the green sky, the purple
and it's morning.
vegetation.
I'm gonna go and put on my sunglasses since I was too busy gaming.
I mean, it's not morning for you. Time zone's a bitch.
I know, but the eyes, my eyes. Ugh.
So, you get contacted by the oh, what are they called? Like cargo administration? I don't know. I really don't know. And they say that the cargo's ready for pickup.
Mm.
And as you are waiting, from the small side, well, almost building on top of this building, comes a giant spider.
Ikea just like takes a quick glance at like player one, and I have no idea if he's out there as well. It's like, this is a bit of a surprise.
You want to make a nature check?
Yeah, he will see like, is this just like a spot? Like, there's a spider that's crawled out, or like, he will make a nature check.
Is it a person or is it like
No, it's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, never Spider-Man?
Here,
I
somehow, I don't know how, but somehow you have heard of these people. These are the Gomu, the spider people of Arachnia.
Yes, it's in the name.
Oh, so they're people and not native monsters. Okay.
Yeah, put your gun away.
I don't have my gun out though. I'm just
Alright.
like surprised Pikachu face. Um,
I was actually kind of wondering if you were actually going to attack them.
I
'Cause that's
mean,
just,
the name already is arachnid, so I thought like maybe they're spider people. So like, if a giant spider, maybe like their dog or something.
but yeah, these things are big. Like you could probably ride one if you ask nicely.
But they're people, right?
Yes.
I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
I probably couldn't ride one, but the others could.
You know, I could. I'm the lightest person around here. Oh yeah, we should just. When should be a good stopping point? Like 30 minutes from now.
Actually, I thought like 14, like 3 o'clock on the nose.
Okay.
But yeah, Kira's like, we are here to take the cargo.
We are here to receive the cargo for the transmission under the authority of Mr. Golden Roger.
The giant spider is approaching you, and all you hear is
I am gonna go and see if there's a let me see if I have Nope, I do not have comprehend languages.
Wait, you should have.
I let's see. I have search engine consent.
The
Is quantum scan? And it just detect magic.
no, it's
Who removed my comprehend languages?
I thought. See, for some reason, I thought like I have no idea how to comprehend languages.
search engine.
Yeah, that's a identify.
That's an infant, right? I thought you
I
I mean,
have
I can,
common
I can,
introduction.
I mean, I can prepare it anyways. I'll just say I prepared it beforehand. That's fair.
I haven't. Oh, you shit. I'm pretty sure you had comprehend languages.
Maybe you removed them. I don't know. Anyways, I ritual cast comprehend languages. So what does he say?
Oh, you do have
Yeah.
you have the ability that allows you to share languages. Remember though?
Oh yeah, never mind. I don't need to. That's why I never prepared comprehend languages.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's in my notes
Yeah,
too.
I go and telepathically talk to the with
So yeah.
my psionic mind, like, and I repeat what I said.
Ah, welcome. We have been waiting for you. We are already readying your cargo. Would you like would you like some tea and crumpets?
Yes, he would like some tea and crumpets. I openly say that as well to the others.
Alright. Then follow me, please. And this at this note, two more giant spiders approach from the big building, which opens up and reveals like cargo, basically a cargo bay. Like they're bringing your cargo, you know.
Okay.
And the small one leads you inside.
I go in. Thank you, telepathic communications. So,
And you are served tea and snacks and have very polite conversation. Like he's very well worded. Also, honestly makes you feel kind of rude yourself. Roll me a charisma check.
I am bad. Am I good at charisma? No, I'm not.
You can do persuasion or God forbid or deception or God forbid intimidation if you wanted to, but
I have I have basic manners. That's it. Nothing too fancy.
yeah, you don't come across as rude, but not particularly cordial.
I think I come off as decent.
So he's showing you around a little bit. You do see why everything is built high rise. Like these these Gomu people, they don't just move on the ground. They also move on walls and do things on walls and
Well, there's
ceilings and
spiders. Spiders. It makes sense. There's spiders.
yeah, it's almost like the architecture reflects their species. Isn't that weird?
It does. It does.
But it's kind of a pain to get around if you're terrestrial like you are. But I guess you could just fly with your wings.
I mean,
But
I can't carry anyone else though.
Oh,
oh,
I bet it's incredibly terrible for Kia to get around anywhere.
oh yes, very awkward.
Can we get some help here, sir? Sir?
uh, they actually like pull you up and down flights with spider silk.
Damn.
Like,
Geo can't use
sticky, but
ladders. He can't even use ladders.
you even
Yeah, I
struggle
just
with stairs downwards.
I
Upwards are
just
fine, but downwards not so much.
I just fly with, still human feet. Just wings like come on. I won't have long. Come on.
But yeah, they show you around. It's basically just a warehouse, but it's interesting to see things moved along walls and sometimes a bit uncomfortable as very heavy things are hung from the ceiling in spider silk, and you're not entirely confident that it sticks by walking below it. Somewhat unnerving at times, but overall it's nice. You get a nice look around. A few hours pass, your entire cargo hold is filled with cargo, which you learn is actually just silk, gomu silk, a very very liked fabric because it's light and very resistant.
So we're basically selling this for the, fashion.
It's basically, um, however,
Well, it's probably also an industrial material.
Um, both. It's like for because it's pretty like silk, but it's almost impossible to rip apart, and it's in fact, although mass acceleration weapons are not all that common anymore, bulletproof. So it has its uses. It's mostly just an expensive, um, fashionable kind of silk. And you also learned that this is a small shipment, like 100 cubic meters, nothing on a galactic scale, but it's basically a example shipment for a continuous trade deal. Like if they are happy with the silk, they have established a trade route effectively. And suddenly Roger's words make sense as to why this pays off your ship if you bring it back to your target.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
some crazy. So
So yeah, your ship is loaded. You're
Mhm.
happily serviced. You didn't cause a political incident, and this is where you're gonna pick up next time.
Hey, sure.
Uh,
Thankfully, we didn't shoot the giant spider.
So far, so good.
for future context, Joshua, do we know what language they're speaking?
Probably just Gomu, like their own
Can you
language.
spell that for me?
GOMU. Like that's
Like
just the species race. Like they just have
like
their
the
own language.
food.
They speak spider.
Yeah, they speak spider. Gomu, I know Gomu in Japanese.
In Japanese, it
Right?
means scum, but
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with anything.
yeah.
Do not chew
Like,
the spiders.
please don't.
What? Not speak with spiders?
Don't chew the
Don't
spiders.
chew them. Chew them.
Eh,
Keep spider away from mouth.
I'm not gonna eat a spider.
But yeah, this is why I've asked you if any of you were arachnophobic because the first session.
Mm,
No, not really.
no.
I don't think they're scary. They're cute.
But so far, you're on track. Like, you didn't do much wrong, short of that natural one that stranded you for a day. But
Listen.
Still giving him the stink eye.
hey, you made up for it somehow.
Listen, I also had a critical success. You can't blame me.
You cleaned up your own mistakes. I'm not blaming you. I am putting you responsible.
I mean, you might want to get like that scratch and no impact buffed out eventually.
Yeah.
Doesn't really look pretty on your new ship.
Listen,
Yeah, we'll get some fuzzy dice, maybe some guns.
I find it funny though. You got a brand new ship, and the first thing you do is you scratch it.
listen, it's a durability test.
No,
You
it's
know,
not. But you're lucky I don't give a shit about this
the
card looks
reason
like.
the reason I find this funny is my my mother has this friend um who has this effect. Every time she buys a new car, she gets so anxious about it that she like has a minor accident.
Damn.
Um, so this is very much like it reminds me of her. A bad way. Uh, like nothing serious, like just you know scratches here. you know, replay bump there, that kind of thing. But it sucks on new cars, you know.
Yeah.
In any case, um, yeah. I hope you like your ship.
Well, it lets you play video games, and it has a hollow activity room, so I'm good with it. I'll probably be making use of it a lot.
And you have space to recruit 5 crew members. If
Who
you so
I
choose.
do not know who are gonna be, but I do know this. I want a better pilot.
Throwing some major shade.
It's not shade. I just don't want this to happen again out of pure. Look, if we. Not shade, man, but if you're gonna build a pilot, it was gonna be Dex. I'm gonna crap in your parade, and I'm just saying.
Oh, don't worry. You'll make a mistake on engineering, and I'll be able to get you for it. It's fine.
Okay, fine. I won't be bad about it.
Besides, he's the only one with the proficiency. Like
I know.
you could
I'm the only
try
one
to
in-
fly this, but I'm telling you right now, you would crash.
Yeah, but I'm like saying if we can find, unless we can find someone better, or we are able to give him more points in dexterity, I am concerned of our safety.
I mean, you could hire a better pilot if you can find one willing to work for you.
Listen, I'm 1 point away from. I have 11 in dexterity, so I'm 1 away from getting a bonus.
One bonus. This isn't me
Listen.
shitting on you. This is me being okay. Out of character, I'm fine with it. In character, player one does not like noobs at all.
Hey, you have a pilot.
I know.
That's not all that, you know, to be expected. There are ship AIs for a reason.
Yeah,
This takes a
I'm.
specific set of skills that he has.
I'm just saying. I'm in character. Player one is being mean about it. Out of character, I think as long as we don't get into too much trouble, I'm fine with it.
I mean, again, I'm not the kind of DM that
The
gets
funny
you.
part is, I'm more distressed about that as a player, just in case that does cause more trouble than my character would be. Because I have no idea has like probably been through this situation before
One of these
and
days,
does
I
not give
swear
a shit.
I swear to Bahamut, if the reason why you got fucking scrapped is because you were a shitty pilot, I am gonna scrap you all over again.
I got reprogrammed, not scrapped. Get it right.
I will I will do both. I will remake you.
Oh, that would be murder.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but like if you
That's a
somehow
fucking
end
threat.
up if you somehow end up flying us straight into a pirate ship, I swear to Bahamut, I will do it.
I mean, I think if he's flying you straight into a pirate ship, you have bigger problems.
Yeah.
Because the pirate ship is
Yeah.
probably more durable.
I'm not threatening you out of hatred. I'm threatening you because
No,
you're going to endanger us.
No, I'm saying that if he's flying you right into a pirate ship, you literally crash into it. You have
I
bigger
know.
problems.
I know, but I'm telling him, like, I'm not threatening you out of hatred. I'm threatening you out of, like, the
Also, I'm
fact that
not the kind
my
of guy
bodily health
who's going
is
to
going to
kill
be
the entire
connected to.
party for a net one. I'm just saying that right away.
Please don't do that. Please don't kill us for
Yes,
that one.
I'm not that kind of DM. You might crash on an uncharted planet, though.
Hmm?
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
I feel like the entire time, whenever we do these driving things, I have to be there to just give Inish the stank guy.
I mean, you're literally the engineer. Scotty did that a lot in Star Trek.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen here, you fucking 2-bit, 2-bolt, two act, 2-axle grease, 2-wired, 2-chip turnover. If you stranded us in a place that has no connection to the quantum net or electricity, I will murder you.
The quantum net is quantum computing. It literally has access. No matter where in the universe you are, you have access to it.
If you ever send us, crash us, desert into a planet for more than 3 days, I swear to Bahamut, I will go and modify your brain.
and
Shit.
then who's gonna get you out of there?
You, after I rebuild you.
Okay. But yeah, so basically, you can lower the significant or the odds of that happening significantly if you do your calibrations to help him.
Okay, I always have to do calibrations then.
I mean, that's
But
kind of your job as an engineer.
Yeah, that is
I
the
know.
guru.
I know. I'm just gonna have it in character that player one does perpetually give any the stink eye.
I just imagine player one being pissed that he can't spend the time gaming instead.
Like, I am so
It's
mad
probably a
at you right
combination of the two.
now.
Wait, I have to work when I need to work? Shit.
I have to work for more than an hour a day and can't just spend my time playing my video games? Specifically, my novels? My visual novels? How
Oh
dare you
no!
be so incompetent? How dare you?
Oh no! Visual novel gamer.
hey, I have one with dragons.
Yeah, I know. I also play the other ones like Psychic Connections, Echo, Smoketown, the Smoke Room,
The one with the
Violet,
pigeons.
yeah, Hatoful Boyfriend,
Yeah, that's the name.
um, Violet Memoir.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording right now.